Week 1 for New Orleans Saints, and it wouldn't be the New Orleans Saints if they do not give you a heartbreak or a headache on the first week of the NFL season. And today game was a backyard brawl. One touchdown involved in the whole game from Rashid Shaheed, which he made up for the first fumble that he had on the first play of the season. But I want to get into this game. The Saints come away with a win 16-15 against the Tennessee Titans, which the Titans bailed the Saints out a couple plays on the defensive end, but the defense for the Saints were pretty solid. But I want to talk about, even though it's a week one, yes, I'm happy, but of course, we know the sport, even with wins, we got to point out the bad, and the bad was so bad, which was the offensive line. We couldn't get no push for the run game today, but luckily we got the one rush we needed. We got it at the end with Jamal Williams on that first down, so we can run the clock out even though he fumbled. But Saints are 1-0. Derek Carr had a solid outing, good outing. When he got time in the pocket, he made the throws. I didn't see nothing from him other than that just poorly decision made for that interception down the scene of Juwan Johnson. I see where he was going there, but I didn't see as well. Had somebody over top and under Juwan, so that was a bad decision. But y'all got to tell me what y'all think. I love the defense. I love what I see from Marshawn Lattimore. You know, he came off long injury last season, even though he played a couple games coming back. But got 3 interceptions by the defense. Adebo, Marcus May, and Marshawn Lattimore. I like that we turning people over because I think the Saints, we were like bottom 3 in interception last year, turnover. So to get 3 turnovers in the first game is real big. And they should keep up on that with a very weak schedule, I would say. I was looking over as well because looking at this offensive line, Trevor Penning on the left tackle had a tough game today. Even though Tennessee Titans defensive line is very good, he just had a lackluster game for his, I would say, I think this is his first start. He played 5 games last year, but his first start this year, it was very rough. And the Saints really don't have somebody else to turn to be in that left tackle spot who probably will put up a better performance than him. Besides, if I think they move James Hurst over to left tackle, but that means you will have to put Andrews Pete in, who barely played in training camp. And we know Andrews Pete struggles over the years with the Saints. That's a lot of fans that people talk about. But I want to get into some of these stats. I'm looking over the stats. We got Derek Carr, 23 for 33, 305 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Solid game. I like it. I really like it. Would have liked to capitalize on more touchdowns, getting more touchdowns, but I understand the defense for the Titans played very tough. And I want to say, I'm looking at, one thing was weird to me about the Titans. They had success giving the ball to King Henry. But he only had 15 carries for 63 yards. So I don't know if he's injured or something's going on over there. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see Derrick Henry be getting traded this season by the trade deadline. And yeah, y'all got to look out for that because it was kind of weird. I was thankful, being a Saints supporter, that they wasn't giving him the ball because when they did give him the ball, I saw some positive plays that I didn't like on a run game. But big takeaways from this game is offensive line struggles, and then the run defense, which it was okay, but I would say it wasn't above average. If it was the highest grade I give it is okay, and I can see if some people give it below average, but I didn't like it. It was a field goal game, but Chris Olave, beautiful. 112 yards, 8 receptions. I love it. Michael Thomas made some great plays. He's looking healthy. He's looking spry, making plays, looking strong. Rashid Shaheed, great talent. I love it. Got the only touchdown of the game, and I thought it was a solid outing. But besides this, I thought the offense moved the ball. It's just the offensive line. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say that, but the offensive line really has to. I don't know if we have to chip with the running backs, some help with the tight ends on the edges. But, yes. And I want to talk about a couple players we didn't see. Didn't see too much of Jimmy Graham this game. I don't know. We barely got in the red zone to see him on the goal line. Well, I'll say the goal line, not the red zone, because that's what probably he's used, third out situations. But I want to look forward to that. Didn't see too much any other running backs behind Jamal Williams, but Tony Jones Jr. on a couple plays saw him. But Jamal Williams had most of the carries. Didn't get any significant yards. 18 carries for 45 yards. That's about 2.3 yards a carry. 2.2. That's probably worse. That's gonna be probably worse in the lead after this week. But the Saints, just like last year, it was a tough win. Came down to the wire, but they made the necessary plays to win the game. And the Titans killed themselves with a couple deep balls that Tannehill missed. He just had a horrible game. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry is traded and they're going to Malik Willis in the middle of the season if Tannehill doesn't turn it around. But this is about the Saints, and solid game by the Saints. I'm excited for this season. I said my expectations last time was playoffs, deep playoff run, and I still can stick with that because I like what I see from the Saints defensively, and I like the little things I see offensively. But we just got to get that line cleared up next week, September 18th. Oh, it's a Monday night game. We got the Panthers, and I think the Panthers just lost to the Falcons, so that's going to be a division game. It's always going to be tough. Hopefully we can take it. And the Buccaneers beat the Vikings. Baker Mayfield, who I gave a shot to on early, they beat the Vikings. Falcons won. So we'll see. I think the Saints should be able to win that game, but we're going to get into that next week as it comes up. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. First week, Saints beat the Titans 16-15. Probably one of the most ugliest games today. But we'll take that. We'll take that dub, and that's 1-0, starting just like last season. Let's do not repeat what happened after week 1 last season. Let's stay healthy. Peyton Turner went out with an injury. I didn't like to see that. Olavi as well, but he came back in. But overall, good, solid win. Bad offensive line play, and we got it together after we let a couple big plays happen. And the Titans helped us out as well on a couple big plays. And one thing I want to say before I get out is, the referees, of course, we're going to complain about them every year, but please, can we get that PI call on Chris Olave? Come on now. We got to get that PI call on Chris Olave. Then y'all gave one to them on a 4-yard pass. Come on now. We need that PI call. That set us up in the red zone, ready to strike again for a touchdown. But yes, week 1-0 Saints. Next week, we got the Panthers, Bryce Young, rookie quarterback. They're 0-1. Let's try to go 2-0. We'll get to that next week. And we out.